Are you often hard-pressed for time, reaching for instant coffee in your office pantry? I have a solution for you. In this episode, I will show you why cold brew coffee is awesome for busy working professionals like you guys, as well as teaching you how to brew cold brew coffee. Alright, as for brewing cold brew, you can use either a French press or a mason jar. For the French press, just remember to unscrew and replace the plunger cap with a cling wrap, and make sure to cover the cling wrap snugly at the top, because you wouldn't want your coffee to absorb the nasty stench and odor from other food, and that will ruin your perfect cold brew coffee. Alright? If you're using a mason jar, it's the same as well. So once you add the coffee and your water mixture in here, you just remember to cap it up. But after, when it's ready to filter your coffee, just use a kitchen strainer over here and lay it over with any kind of fine cloth below it, so that it will trap any fine grains of coffee grounds that might have seeped into your cold brew. Okay. With regards to coffee ground size for making cold brew, this is how coarse you want it to be. So this is in inches and centimeters. So why do I grind so coarse? Because for cold brew, you'll be brewing for typically more than 12 hours. So you have to ensure your grinds are coarse, else your cold brew will turn very bitter and it won't be ideal. Alright? If you're interested in knowing how I grind these coffee beans, I actually use this vintage grinder which I found at some antique shop when I was traveling. You can refer to my tutorial video over here if you are keen on checking out how to use such kind of grinders. So with regards to brewing cold brew, I usually add about 1 part coffee to 4 parts water. Alright. And after pouring water, just remember to give it a gentle stir to ensure that the grounds are evenly mixed with the water. Had a conversation with a barista regarding about how long do you do the cold brew. So based on what he's recommended, he mentioned that in his cafe, most of the cold brew is between 18 to 36 hours. So I went to do my own experiment. So I tried initially 36 hours, and I found out that it tastes weird and bad. It felt as though the coffee have spoiled. Like it tastes really, I would say, sort of a fermented taste. So I actually downed the brew time to somewhere about 18 hours and find that there can be rooms for improvement with regards to the intensity of the taste profile of the coffee. So after much experimentation, I find that between 20 to 24 hours is sort of the sweet spot for me when I brew the cold brew. But however, I tend to, for those coffee that has a fruitier taste profile, I tend to go towards the 24 hours. Whereas those that tend to be strong and early and bold, like perhaps things like Sumatra Belhi, if that's how I pronounce it. Yeah, usually the more bold and early ones, I prefer to go like 20 hours, slightly lesser. And the fruitier ones, 24 hours. Yeah. Cold brew coffee can last for up to 5 days in the fridge. So for working executives like you guys, you can use your weekends to brew your cold brew coffee. So it's like treating a weekend as cold brewing day, where you can just brew in bulk the amount of cold brew you want for the entire work week. For every single day, you can just pour how much you want onto your thermal flask, so you'll get to enjoy cool coffee throughout the entire work week. For those who have trouble drinking normal hot brew coffee, I mean coffee that's served hot, because they find it too acidic, so fret not. Cold brew coffee is totally the opposite, you know, because when hot water is not involved in brewing, so like for instance in the case of cold brew we use like room temperature water, so certain typical chemical reaction of hot water with coffee would not happen in this case. As such, all the oil and certain acidic components of the coffee would not be that extracted during the cold brewing process. As such, you'll get a very, what you call a subtle tasting, refreshing coffee drink, that yet you are able to taste the nuances of the taste, the aroma of the coffee without getting overwhelmed by its acidity. So that's good news for those coffee lovers with a weak stomach, isn't it? On such a hot day like this, I highly doubt you will want a piping hot cup of latte. Cold brew coffee is an awesome beverage. It's low in calories, unlike the iced latte you get from cafes, which are usually loaded with lots of sugar and creamer. Cold brew coffee is 100% coffee, there's no sugar added. Yet, because of the cold brew process, it naturally tastes sweet. So, coffee lovers will enjoy something without the guilt of having too much calories. Isn't that awesome? Right, so that's all for this tutorial. Hope you find this really informative. I hope that cold brew coffee can be a solution to enjoying great coffee despite your busy schedule. But just remember, before enjoying cold brew, do remember to filter the precipitate. Just kidding. So anyway, I have other tutorials over here. Do feel free to check them out. Hope to talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.